everyone, thanks for watching. So I bought the Nuance Flawless Foundation and the Concealer and Brightener. This is a line by Salma Hayek. It's called Nuance. It has a pump and it's a glass bottle. I'm just going to put a little bit in my hands because that's what the directions say to do. And then I'm just going to smooth it all over my face. I noticed that this foundation feels really tacky, sticky. I hope that goes away. I see that it doesn't cover any of my imperfections, but it does even out my skin tone. Now I'm going to use a second layer, and the foundation came out very thick. When I first used it, it was very watery, so just one suggestion is to make sure you shake the bottle really well. And I used a stippling brush. I normally would use a kabuki brush, but like I said, I thought it was going to come out a little bit more watery. So the second layer here, again, it didn't cover any of my imperfections, but it did definitely even out my skin tone. It still feels very sticky, tacky, and I actually hate that. So now I'm going to move on to the concealer. Here is it's called Conceal and Brighten, and it's a yellow tone, which I really like. And the cream stick is very smooth, very easy to place on the skin. And as I'm using just my finger, it's very easy to blend out. Ready?
Yeah. Be careful.
Okay, be careful. I did it!
Thank you.
You're welcome. I am loving this concealer. I just love the way it brightens, and I'm gonna see if I can build it up a little bit more to see if I can have more of like a really bright highlighted look, mainly for an evening event. Again, I'm just gonna use my fingers, and I just love how it blends out so nicely just by tapping it on the skin. I'm going to use that foundation brush just to blend out any of the edges of the concealer. And you can see here it definitely brightened, concealed, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and I'm going to try and steal back my sponge, my beauty sponge from my daughter who's playing with it. So I had to barter two brushes for the beauty sponge. So here I am just blending it out with the beauty sponge. I'm noticing that the sponge is really picking up a lot of the product of the concealer. And right in this area here, I'm gonna have to reapply because the sponge pretty much absorbed all of it. So here I'm just gonna lay a little bit more down, and my daughter's jumping around. And so you can see here that both sides are now concealed. The left side looks like the sponge really absorbed a lot of the product, so the other side, the right side, is a little bit brighter. So now I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on. I'll be right back. So here I have my finished makeup look. I went a little bit glam, and it's daytime right now. Oh, thank you, mamas. So I still feel like the foundation is like sticky, tacky. It definitely feels like I'm wearing foundation. So it doesn't feel like it's cakey, it just feels heavy. You guys could see that I was like trying to pump it out, but I wasn't trying to pump like 2 pumps out. I was just trying to pump one good solid pump of the foundation. So I think that it's safe to say that I used 2 pumps fully, because I used the first layer with my hands, and then the second one I pumped onto my stippling brush. So with those 2 pumps of foundation, I feel like I have a lot of foundation on. The concealer is looking pretty good. I went ahead and set this right side with a pressed powder, and then I set the left side with a loose powder. I wasn't sure which one I was gonna like, but I wanted to try both. And the right side, where I use the pressed powder, it still feels like the concealer is still kind of sticky. And on the left side, it feels more set with the loose powder. I will check back with you guys in just a little bit and see how this foundation wears. Okay, come here, sit down with mommy. Let's look in that mirror. Right there. Up there. Oh. Okay. See you later. So I will check back to let you guys know how this foundation is doing. Hi, I'm back. So it has been more than a few hours. I can say that the foundation finally set into my skin where it's not super tacky, or I could kind of feel it. So that is a really good thing. And the concealer, the side that I set with the loose powder is staying a lot nicer. The right side where I use the pressed powder, it looks a little splotchy. It looks pretty good. I will check back in just a little bit. Okay folks, so it is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I've been wearing this foundation for, I'd say, almost 10 hours. I have to say that it held up pretty nicely. As you can see that I'm pretty oily in my T-zone already, but the foundation did stay pretty nice. It says here, skin adapting technology balances tone, allowing your skin's natural pigments to show through. Hydrosol complex with apple and lentil extracts provides instant long-lasting hydration. Pearl extract imparts a smooth, radiant finish. It's hypoallergenic, dermatologist tested, paraben free, and not tested on animals. I got the color medium warm, and I think this is a really good color for my skin tone. She had a lot of different options, so that's a plus. I don't think that I would be using this particular foundation for like a special event or at night. I think that using this during the day, just a light application, like one pump, would be good. I liked it for that, so that is my choice for this foundation. I am really liking this concealer. I liked this eye here that I set with the loose powder, and I didn't touch up anything throughout the day. So what you see here is just what I applied this morning and then kind of let it go. So I like the loose powder setting here. It still looks pretty nice. I don't normally like concealer sticks, but I have to say that this is very, very creamy. It's very easy to blend out, and you can also build it up to get kind of like that nice bright highlighted look. But don't be afraid of this. It was very easy to use. I would actually use this at night and for a special event because I just love the way it looked. This color is light. This is the lightest one that they had, and I know you're probably thinking, why in the world would I get light? But as you can see in the video, if I just did a really light application, it doesn't really come on my skin as white. But I did look at the other colors for concealer, but it went from like light to dark, and then in between there was like light to medium and then medium. But it went from this light color, which is a yellow undertone, and it jumped straight into a salmon color, like a light salmon color. I know that people like to have pink undertoned concealers, but that's not really for me. I just don't like the way it looks. So I usually go for something that has a yellow undertone. So that's why I got this one, and I really, really like it. That's it for this review and demo of this Nuance line by Salma Hayek. And thank you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.